You know, we're doing a kind of an anybody listening actually get into trouble because it's a big Halloween party weekend. You're in costume and you're thinking anybody, out there get busted wearing a costume.
We did anybody listening, Rula.
Anybody listening who got in trouble in a costume?
All we need is one, and at least we got one.
Marcy is on the line.
We got
right
one.
now.
That's all matters. Now. Hi, Marcy. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you guys?
Hi, Marcy.
Hey, Marcy.
Better than you.
Did you get into trouble? Did you get arrested? What happened?
Oh, I got into trouble. Yeah, I definitely got arrested in costume this weekend.
Oh, no.
Nice. I mean, I feel bad for you, but
okay. First, tell us the costume, then tell us what happened. Like, what caused you to get arrested?
Are you ready for the costume? Because it's hilarious. So,
All right.
Okay.
I was dressed as like a slutty convict.
Oh,
Like a prison jumpsuit or what?
No.
What does that look like?
My friend and I both had these like orange, like really short, revealing jumpsuits.
So
So
you're
basically a romper with your butt cheeks hanging out.
Oh, you cut the...
It was a butt cheek situation. There
Oh
was a lot
my God. And then you get arrested. So why did you get arrested? What happened?
My friend and I went to this club and we were just hanging out and I had way too much to drink. Like usually I think they cut people off at this point, but nobody cut me off.
Yeah, no, it was perfect. There's a lot of people.
Yeah.
Well, it's hard to tell if people are drunk because they got makeup.
Yeah.
And you can't tell.
But she's not wearing a face mask, Eric.
I know, but I'm just saying with everyone going around, you can't really focus on people.
Yeah. So what'd you do?
I met this guy. We were making out in the bathroom and nothing really was happening. It was just that we were leaning on the sink in the bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
I broke the sink. Like I was leaning on it so hard that we broke it and water started shooting just like everywhere in the bathroom. So this guy runs out of the club, I guess. I never saw him again.
What was he looking like?
Joker.
He was the Joker.
Oh,
okay.
gross.
Yeah.
So there's a Joker running
You got
out of
that
the
makeup
club.
all over your face? Okay, so the guy takes off on you. How did you fall behind to get in trouble? Because you could have just blended into the crowd of the club.
I was so drunk that I couldn't really even move that quickly. And there were cops all over the place anyway because we were in a club.
Oh my God. So did he take you to jail?
My friend noticed that there was like all this commotion by the bathroom and came over to meet me. And the cop basically took me outside to scare me. And he put me in the patrol car. I'm like sitting in the car for like 45 minutes. And he's like, oh, you destroyed public property, like all this stuff. And my
Or
friend,
you were so
I guess,
drunk you thought it was 45 minutes. It was like 3.
Who knows? Oh, no.
Okay.
yeah, probably. So he was trying to scare me, and my friend was like, "Oh, please, like, don't arrest her. Like, please, just don't take her to jail. Like, whatever, blah blah blah." But I'm just like so drunk at this point. I'm just like, it's like a fever dream. So
You're taking a nap.
Oh my
Yeah.
God. You're lucky you didn't pee your pants in the car.
Is that a problem, Ryan?
It is with me when I get that plastered. Oh my God. I
What?
can't hold it.
You pee your pants?
No, I don't pee my pants. I'm just saying I've got to go to the bathroom
Well,
when I
this took
drink
a
a lot.
turn.
I've been drunk many times. I've never peed my pants.
Me neither. So how did you get out of it? Did he actually, you said he put you in the car to scare you and your friend was begging for you to be let go. What happened in the end?
he did let me go, but I have to pay for like all the damages in the club because.
Well, where's the Joker guy? He's
Oh,
the
yeah,
one that's part
yeah.
of this damage.
All right, there's somebody out there that's maybe listening was the Joker.
Oh my
Did
God,
you make
Eric, there must
Who
have
was
been
out
like
with their friend that was a joker?
1,000
Made out with
jokers.
A girl that was a sexy convict.
Yeah, not that many.
But once you wipe the makeup off, nobody can tell what he looks like.
I'm just saying that they're
That's what I'm saying.
listening.
Your friends know who you are.
Yeah.
Like when I would go out with Halloween, my
Yeah,
friends.
photos.
I knew that Eric's wife was dressed as.
So you're
the
going to be
cop.
listening to a radio station say, "That's my friend. I'm going to narc him out to the Rule and
I'm
Ryan
not
show."
going to narc him out,
Call
but
in.
you're going to
Yeah.
know right now. Somebody
It'd be
listening
fun.
knows that guy because when Eric's wife, who wasn't his wife yet, she was dressed as a sexy cop. Her friend was Kill Bill. The three of us went out. If I knew that the Kill Bill girl had gone into a bathroom with a guy that looks like the Joker,
Yeah, photos.
and then she had to, I'd be like, oh my God, they're talking about you. Oh my God, they're talking about you.
Yeah, but would you rat her out?
I wouldn't
And you're
rat her
lucky you
out,
didn't go
but
to
I'm just
jail
saying.
because, man, I always
Yeah.
think about that, like how many people are in jail.
And it would have been so
In their
ironic
outfits.
because you're already wearing a prison outfit.
Yeah, I fit right in.
Well, that's like one of those like things that ruins your night because now you really have to deal with
I
reality.
wonder how much you have to pay.
Yeah, do you have any idea how much
Do you
the
know
club's going
yet,
to charge
or
you?
what?
They didn't price it for me yet, but I am terrified.
Oh, it's not going to be cheap, I bet.
Insurance for this kind of stuff, man.
Insurance-
It's a pipe burst.
Maybe double dip.
I don't know.
Give us
Okay.
$500 and then they still get the insurance.
Oh, of course they will.
If you're just tuning in, 713-390-KRBE, we're asking who got in trouble over Halloween weekend. You were dressed in a costume. Marcy was dressed as a, quote, sexy inmate, where it's basically a booty short romper. And she made out with a guy. They broke the sink in the bathroom, and now she's on the hook to pay the club the plumbing fees. And the cop almost arrested her.
Thank you for having me. And if you guys hear from anybody who knows the Joker that ran away, let me know.
The Joker who ran away.
Who is that guy?
I
knows that guy right
I must
now?
have seen at least I know last year I must have seen at least like 25 Jokers in one night.
Oh, I went to a Barbie party, so everybody was Barbie.
Oh, they were
I
all
was
Barbie?
radio Barbie. I had my headphones and a mic. I had my actual mic that I use at home, and I just disconnected it from the wire, and I had it with me as my prop, and I had headphones around my neck.
Are you
And
going
I
to
was
wear that
wearing-
tomorrow?
That's so cute.
'Cause we're all to dress up
Did you
tomorrow.
post pictures on Instagram?
I just
or
did like a couple of stories.
Okay.
I think, and it was the pink jumpsuit that I found at the Halloween store. It says
How
Barbie in the back.
cute.
But I think
I
for
need to
tomorrow,
see.
I also found just a black T-shirt that says the Barbie logo. It's easier than the whole pink jumpsuit, the romper. So maybe I'll just wear the black T-shirt and have my stuff.
What's the
'cause
weather
I
going to
don't
be
Yeah.
like tomorrow for the kiddies?
know. Oh my
Kiddos.
God, I'm so excited to be
Why
cold.
don't I
It's
check
cold
my
right now.
phone?
For those
Because-
just tuning in,
The
if you
little
have
kitties.
not gone outside yet, y'all,
It's going to be cool.
nice and cold. It's 48
Tomorrow
right
night's
now.
only a high of 62. It's going to be down to
That's
48.
We're
so
wearing
excited.
like
Yeah, where I grew up,
long pants.
it was like I
And long
had my
sleeves.
nice costume, and then my mom
had to
would
put
put
a
a big
jacket-
jacket over it. I'm like,
You can't even see the
what a
costume.
waste.
You had to like stuff it under.
Yeah.
And then you look like a roly-poly just like walking around.
Yeah.
And then you
Last
get really hot because you're so excited.
And you get the mask on or something.
Yeah, and then
And
you're
the
like,
costumes were so crappy, too, back then. It was just like this flame retardant, like plastic thing
oh,
that
that
we wore.
smell.
that was
last
during your
year-
era. Our
Yeah,
era, we
yeah,
actually
yeah.
had nice costumes.
Oh,
And
sorry.
last year, my husband was an inflatable shark, and with the weather being so bad, he lasted 5 minutes before it all like got humidity in there.
Oh, really?
And he couldn't see. So if we had weather tomorrow night, like instead of last year's heat, it would be nice. You could handle that kind of inflatable costume longer.
Yeah.
But anyway, happy Halloween, everybody! All right, coming up next, a Rule and Reigns Roses update. We're gonna get the story of what.
By the way,
Jenna and Keith.
By the way, Misty, she's the big winner.
Oh yeah, she was Texter 104.
Congratulations,
Sorry about that.
Misty.
Nutcracker Market.
So
no more-
Congratulations, Misty!
No more
Yay!
texting. We have the winner.
Yeah, 10 a.m. You get your next keyword to try and win Nutcracker Market VIP tickets, and we'll get the Roses update next on the Rule and Ryan Show.
Update. We're going to do this on the air. 104.1 KRBE.
Okay, if you missed Roses last Thursday, Jenna came to us because she started out with Keith 6 months ago. They immediately got into a physical relationship, and she's like, oh, let me pump the brakes. 6 months later, they still have not done it again. And her mom is telling her, like, you really need to start, making it more romantic because he's a good man. He's marriage material. Wow, it was shocking when we offered Keith the roses who he wanted to send them to.
The name is going to be Maria. Can you guys do emojis or anything like that?
I have done emojis in the past, yes.
I'm slightly embarrassed to tell you this, but can we do the eggplant emoji with a splash after it?
For real?
I mean, it's sort of like a inside joke.
There's nothing, it's not just a message?
You can sign it, Keith. That'll be fine.
What is going on, Keith? Maria? My mom's name is Maria, so please do not tell me that you are my mom.
Ew.
What? I mean, we're just friends. We hang out all the time,
Are you kidding me? Are you sleeping with her mom?
I wouldn't call it sleeping. There's very little of that going on, but yeah.
Oh my God, what the hell is wrong with you?
On the first night y'all met, y'all knocked it out. Was not just a one-night stand. You guys have been dating for 6 months, and there's been no physical relations. And she has wanted it, and you have been withholding it.
The first part, 100% true. We went out on a date, ended up hooking up. Then she pulled back and said, oh, I've been burned before. I was cool with that. Then her mom started coming on to me. And I mean, her mom's hot and way more
Her mom
adventurous than.
started coming on to you.
You might be closer in age to the mom.
Hey, yeah, what is the age difference there? How old is Maria compared to you?
She's only 10 years older than me. It's really 10 and a half years between me and Jenna, and then 10 years with Maria. But I just figured it'd be weird to tell her.
Dude, that's so messed up. First of all, Jenna told us that you guys make out on the couch. So you're making out with her and sleeping with her mom.
Yeah, you make out with all your friends? Do you take your friends out to dinner?
I mean, if their mom looked like yours, for sure.
What the
So how has your mom
They live together.
chosen to hide this relationship with Keith? It doesn't make any sense. If you're so close to your mom and your mom is pushing you that Keith is a great guy, Jenna.
Yeah.
I would love it if you married him.
Wasn't she saying, oh, you should marry him?
Yeah, I mean, she's going to be getting a piece of my mind. Who do you think I'm calling next?
And why would she tell you to be active with him?
Well, she knows what I like.
Oh, God, I cannot with
Oh,
you.
my
Listen,
God.
I cannot with you.
Gross.
But she came on to me. I guess she knew that, Jenna pulled back or whatever.
Oh, so Maria thought she'd sample the goods and say, hey, baby, you're missing out on this.
I'm grossed
That
out.
sounds disgusting.
It's disgusting.
Let's just hang up on
Sounds
Keith.
disgusting.
This is sick.
Yeah, goodbye, Keith.
Disgusting.
I mean, was she really telling you things like, oh my God, he's marriage material, you need to be with him?
Yeah, I can't even believe that this is happening.
Does your mom try and like hang out with you and your friends, like trying to be the cool mom?
Yeah, I mean, she's been single for a long time and like doesn't look her age, and I can see why this would happen. I just never thought I was going to be competing with my mom for a boyfriend.
That's horrible because a parent should not do that to their child.
Does your mom know that you came to us for roses? Because I'm thinking if your mom heard you say, I'm going to go on roses, at least you could have had the decency to say, no, don't, Jenna, don't.
No, I didn't tell her I was.
Okay, well, I'm glad because, I mean, if she just let you do this, then she's even worse than I thought.
There's a lot more to unpack here, and I hope that you can check in with us in a few days to let us know what happens, because I'm sure there's going to be lots of phone calls today.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it, and it's good that I know at least.
All right, so let's find out what's happened since then. We've got Jenna on the line.
Good morning, Jenna.
Good morning, Rula.
Hey, Jenna, so what happened? Did you call your mom immediately after you got off the phone with us?
Yes, I did.
And?
She was shocked that I found out the way I found out.
Oh, so it's absolutely true.
Yeah.
Why is she telling you to try and lock this guy down for marriage material? That's her boyfriend.
I still can't understand it really, but she basically said she was just trying to support me and that she wants me to find someone like Keith.
How's that supporting you, sleeping with the man that you like?
Yeah, I mean, I'm obviously still pissed.
I mean, you got to live together.
Yeah, I don't know. Hopefully not for too long.
I don't know how you could be under the same roof with her at this point.
Is she home, or are you not home, or what are y'all doing? Just avoiding each other?
I mean, we haven't really talked in person. I've just been kind of avoiding her. She was also really upset and was crying on the phone.
Oh, she's playing the victim now.
Yeah, I mean, she was just really embarrassed and feeling bad, and
Is she done with him? Is she done with Keith, or is she like gonna, you think, go back?
I'm not sure. She said that he was gonna break up with me anyway, but he sounded like he didn't even think we were together, so I don't know.
You know what's messed up is if he ends up with your mom, your boyfriend could become your stepdad.
Yeah, I'm aware of that.
Thanks for pointing that out there, Ryan. Nobody could do that, Matt, nor do we want to. Now we're
sorry,
going to barf in a
but-
bag now.
It's such a betrayal. It's bad enough you thought you had a boyfriend. He didn't think you were a boyfriend, girlfriend. And then to find out your mom, I'm sorry.
You know what, though? Every time we do this, we have a million people call in afterwards and say, oh, God, it happened to me. It happened to my family. It happens all the time.
But your mom and your dad, those two should be off limits.
Yeah, a lot of times it happens with siblings.
I guess siblings or cousins or maybe
in-laws.
Maybe an aunt and uncle even.
Right.
But not
the mother-father thing is just a different galaxy. And you have a lot to still figure out, I know, Jenna, and I'm really sorry for this betrayal because nobody deserves to be treated like this by their mother.
There are a lot of selfish people in this world. They put their needs ahead of everybody else, including their own children.
I don't know what else to say. I'm just sorry that we're hearing this again. It's not the first time we hear it. We always hope it's the last time we hear it. And I know it's totally stunning. So,
Well, all I know is I'm definitely never sleeping with a guy on the first date again. And when I do find a boyfriend, I am not introducing him to my mom.
Of course not. You've been burned. I mean, that's going to mess with you forever.
Yeah.
well, I mean, if you do want to meet somebody and you feel it, don't let that stop you from getting what you want. But I'm just saying, don't let him meet your mom.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Well, you take care, Jenna.
Thank you.
All right. Have a great day. Rulin' Ryan's Roses every Thursday morning at 7 o'clock. You get a brand new one.
So go to krbe.com if you find yourself in a way where you need that kind of help, and we will make sure we get you on the air. Now, coming up next, some really sad news came down over the weekend as people were probably out and about doing their thing. A lot of people are getting ready to go enjoy some Halloween fun, and the sad news of Matthew Perry's passing came down.
That sucked.
More information as to what the circumstances were, we'll talk about it in Scoop next on the Rule and Ryan Show.
Vincent Price was paid $20,000. He was given a choice between taking 20 grand or percentage points of the song. He took the 20 grand. The song sold 134 million copies.
Well, he didn't know the time, and 20,000 sounded pretty good in
That was a
1984.
bad deal.
That's a bad deal.
That's a bad deal,
But he
Vincent.
didn't live much longer after, so he wasn't around to spend
I'm
it
sure his
anyway.
kids
Well, his
would've
family
liked
said
it.
it's a really bad deal.
Yeah, but that's you care if your brother-in-law has that money to spend the rest of his life?
Hell no.
No, you don't.
I mean, yeah.
Hell no, you don't.
Listen, this is Rula and Ryan's Celebrity Scoop.
KRBE.
Is brought to you by Innovative Lasers of Houston. So, of course, the big news over the weekend is that the passing of Matthew Perry took over all social media. Matthew Perry, at 54 years of age, was found drowned in his hot tub at home on Saturday. There is no official word as to what caused his death. According to all the different reports out there, it says it sounds like a cardiac arrest. was the drowning reason, but nobody knows that for sure. TMZ.
Remember Whitney slid into a
Yeah, she
tub
slid.
and then
they
did
found
her
that-
daughter as well?
And her daughter also
Yeah, they
drowned
both
in a
died the
tub.
same way.
But both of them, it was found later, they had something in their system
They
that
have a
caused them
lot.
to fall asleep and drown
Whitney
in the
had
water.
acute cocaine toxicity.
So I follow Matthew Perry and all the Friends real life actors on Instagram, and I have for a while. And there's really nothing to report other than like the first time Jennifer Aniston ever posted on Instagram, because she got on there, it was her and her friends. It was all 6 of them together at her house having dinner, and it just like broke the internet. And so when Matthew Perry would post stuff, it was kind of like a non-event. It's fine. He would just randomly post this stuff. And like 8 days ago, he posted a selfie in his hot tub at night, and it didn't really have anything to do with anything, but I find that that's so ironic that is the last picture that was posted on his Instagram, and then that was also the place of his death, which is really creepy and sad. His post at that time was, okay, he put, "Oh, so warm water swirling around makes you feel good, ? I'm that man." And he was doing all these Batman posts on his
Batman.
Instagram. Batman.
That's cute.
I just, like, really, you and I, we've talked about this on the show. Like, this is the guy that we grew up with, like on Growing
yeah.
Pains when he was Sandy.
Yeah, Sandy.
I sent you that
died
clip.
in a drunk driving accident and broke everybody.
Yeah, that
the
was
first time you deal with teen death ever is Carol's boyfriend Sandy.
On a comedy, you think,
Yeah.
it's just a comedy, and all of a sudden, it was a shock too, because
He had
He
been
was-
okay.
yeah, and they went home, and she was getting yelled at for, why were you stupid to get in a car with someone drinking, and he learned his lesson, and he's all right. And then
And I'm gonna go back and see him in a little bit.
her brother came in and told him that,
I know that.
and then she's hitting him. That's a mean joke, and
Yes.
that was the first time I even heard about like drunk driving.
And you got choked up over
I was
that?
just a kid though, so that's why I would.
Did that leave an impact?
I remembered it. And
So clearly,
But
yeah.
back then, I think that's when people watched.
Everybody
TV
watched
all
television.
the
You didn't
time.
have all these
all at the
choices.
same time.
Like Friends had 30 million people watching every week.
Every Thursday night.
That is crazy. So they're explaining, I looked it up real quick about the Batman. He wasn't working on a Batman production. It said he talks about his love for Batman in his memoir. He was just a huge Batman fan.
Batman. He's Batman. Here are 2 clips I want to share with you about the interviews that Matthew Perry did after his book came out, because he talked very openly about his addiction. There were some stories that maybe you may have heard us talk about in the past, where he said the first time he had wine, he was 14 years old, and he got drunk off wine and thought, wow, this is amazing. This must be how people feel all the time regularly. And then he became a regular alcoholic at 14. And he had gone to rehab many times, and he shared this story from his first stop at rehab. He was speaking in Toronto about his book and about addiction to try and help people, and here's what he said.
So I went to Hazelden. I went to my first rehab, and I was placed in some kind of spiritual guy's office, and we talked a little bit. And as we were done talking, he turned around. He turned me around and said, "Just remember, it's not your fault." And I went, "What?" And I said, "What do you mean it's not my fault? I'm the one who's doing it. What do you mean?" And he explained addiction and alcohol to me, and he saved my life. Because I then knew that it wasn't my fault, that I wasn't weaker. It wasn't my will that was screwed up. It was that I have this disease and I need to get help. And the thing that always makes me cry, and I hope I don't cry here, is that it's not fair. It's not fair that I had to go through this disease while the other 5 didn't. They got everything that I got. But I had to fight this thing, and still have to fight this thing. So just to end this on a good note, there are people that will help you and get their help. It doesn't go away. It never goes away.
And that's from his talk in October after his book came out, Friends, Lovers, and the Big Terrible Thing. He did lots of interviews about that. And then in, I think it was October, he did a big interview with Diane Sawyer. We had talked about it at the time, but just to remind you, he is no stranger to going through rehab. He is no stranger to trying to get better. He is no stranger to putting himself out there that, yes, this is something that he did. He had the money to do it because he got
That
paid so
enabled.
much.
Yeah.
And he was able to get access to lots of drugs and alcohol.
The fame, no one's going to say no to him.
And he also had money to have access to lots of rehabs.
Yeah.
So here's part of that conversation with Diane Sawyer.
You're sending postcards from hell to everyone out there who needs it. 6,000 AA meetings, therapy 30 years, 15 rehabs, maybe at least. You say, addiction, the big terrible thing, is far too powerful for anyone to defeat alone. But together, one day at a time, we can beat it down.
Yeah, I believe that's true. Your disease is just outside, just doing one-arm push-ups, just waiting for you, waiting to get you alone. Because alone, you lose to the disease. And now I finally feel okay and feel like I've got some strength.
What does it mean to feel okay?
It means that I've developed some safety nets around this. I'm doing really well now.
Yeah.
For some reason, it's obviously because I was on Friends, more people will listen to me. So I've got to take advantage of that. I've got to help as many people as I can.
I think that's wonderful that he used his celebrity to go ahead and expose this horrible sickness.
How it's just waiting for you to be alone.
It knows no
right back on
social
you.
boundaries. It can affect anybody.
But we don't know what happened yet. So why don't we focus on the positive here for a few minutes? I feel we're just talking about the negative. I mean, he brought so much happiness to so many people listening.
Well, Eric, I just feel like it's a good
sad
message for anybody who struggles with this, that you can get around it. I mean,
But I just feel bad, like other people were saying that
We're jumping to conclusions that he had an overdose, passed out in the tub, and.
But I also want to celebrate his life a little bit too. That the guy did some amazing. His rhythm and comedy, what he did, no one else was doing that. I mean, I know Ryan used to make fun of Friends, but what he did was.
Can I be wearing more clothes?
It was pretty cool. And a lot of people loved it. I loved it because it was a comedy, yet had drama. The episodes meant something.
Oh
you
my
watched
God,
one
the
episode.
excitement I would have when it was Thanksgiving time. Like, oh my God, the Friends Thanksgiving episode is coming. I can't wait to see what they're going to do. It was always so
College
good.
dorms, remember, we'd all be together and watch it. It'd be like 30 of us watching this
That's
together.
cool. Yeah, it's a good memory.
Isn't it sad that era is over forever? There will never be that communal experience again where everybody's gathering together.
Let me give it sports.
Other than sports.
Yeah.
Other than sports.
Oscars, I guess, if you're into
Naked
awards.
Attraction, we don't all get together and watch that? No.
That's just Kevin and I.
No, that's just you guys.
Love is Blind. I
You
want to
didn't
start
realize
watching
that's
that.
what we were watching, Kev.
Here's
I
a
just
little-
showed up naked.
Here's a little fun fact.
Is that your outfit you wore for the
This
party?
is awkward.
Yeah, why are we naked? Okay, let me tell you a little fun fact. A trip down KRBE memory lane. For those that don't know, I was raised on television and I was raised on KRBE. And before I ever started working here, my sister won a contest on KRBE. And it was the season premiere of the second season of Friends. KRBE came to my mom's house with a 32-inch television, y'all.
Damn.
So big.
Baller.
It was a brand new Magnavox.
Oh, snap, girl.
And Carrabba's catered it. They brought food. And we won that morning. And they said, okay, we're going to come to your house tonight at 6 o'clock. Friends is at 7 or whatever time, 7:30. And, just get some friends. It's like for you and 20 friends.
Oh, that's awesome.
Dude, when they showed up, we are Greeks. There were like 60 people in my house.
Shut up.
And KRB was like, oh my God, where'd you find all these people? And we're like, oh, these are just our friends.
They all live here.
Yeah, but remember, I'm one of 5 kids, so all of us invited somebody. It was like this huge party at my house.
Oh, that's cool.
Was my
And
wife there on that one?
I know Maria was there, and I want to say Negi was there, or because we had this whole group we ran with, and this is before Eric knew of me, of course. But I have all this history of his wife because my sister is her BFF. Okay, so anyway, the Friends premiere happens, and we're all watching it live. And y'all, this is how old school this is. The 32-inch Magnavox TV that KRBE brought to my house was on top of the TV set furniture piece.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God. That's
That's the TV we had. It looked like a piece of furniture.
Yeah, on the
and
floor.
then they put the TV on top of it,
Oh,
and we were watching
my
there.
gosh.
And I have this great picture of everybody in our living room with the KRBE posters behind us, and they brought us Central Perk T-shirts.
How cute.
And it was so fun because it's the one where Jennifer Aniston's waiting for Ross at the airport. She meets Julie.
And they played it last night.
Yeah, they played it last night. The one where she meets Julie, and she wanted to tell Ross she loves him, but he comes off the plane with Julie. So then it's all awkward in the apartment because Julie's there, and everyone's like, "Ah, Julie." And she goes, "Isn't that just kicking the crotch to spit on your neck fantastic?" And it was just really fun. Anyway, so that's my little fun connection. Friends, I always loved Friends, but there are some like top moments of Chandler Bing's comedy timing, right? Of Matthew Perry's comedy timing. He usually had the one-liners. And I think the best episode was where they told him he can't make any jokes.
Oh, yeah.
It was the New Year's resolution. And Ross was dating a girl with the last name Hornsblatt or
weird.
Hornsnoffel, and he's like,
He wants to make fun of her so bad.
exploding over how crazy her name sounds. Anyway, it's just fun times, and I'm sure you can probably find some comfort in watching what made him
And you can
the
watch
most
it all day
famous.
because it's on.
It's on Netflix, isn't it?
No, it's on Netflix. It left Netflix on
on Max.
but
Oh,
it's
it's
on
on
4
Max.
different cable
Okay.
channels
Yeah.
in 6 and 8 hour blocks.
Isn't that funny?
It's
I've never
insane.
watched it on Max.
Yeah,
I've never
watched it on
seen
Max
that
either.
show without commercials.
Same. I will not watch.
I've never
I
taken
didn't
the
watch it
time
on
to go.
Netflix. It was on Netflix. I don't watch it on Max.
Because if I go to
only
Max,
watch it on
really, I don't know where to
repeats.
go.
Well, you
Do I
guys-
start at the beginning?
Use the
You can't
search
find it.
handle and you just type
No.
in Friends.
No, he knows
No,
like,
I mean, I
my
don't know. Like,
gosh.
do I start with season 3? I don't want to see the beginning. Like, I've seen them all.
Yeah.
Like 10 times.
I like to just be surprised, like, oh, it's on TBS. What episode? Oh, this is that episode.
Yeah, they just.
Can I just read this really sweet text?
Sure.
It's sweet and sad all at the same time. My niece passed away suddenly last Sunday and loved Friends. Her last birthday was themed the one where Abby turned 28. And she goes, it gives me comfort to think that Matthew Perry and her are in heaven laughing. Wow.
So sweet. The one where Maggie
so
turned
sorry for
28.
your
That's the name
loss.
of every episode of Friends. The one with, the one where. The
Oh,
one,
is it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
That's
every episode of
cute.
Friends is the
Okay.
one where they all turn 30.
I may have to start watching
Sad thing is, I never figured that out until like
today.
I think 5 years after the show was over.
Oh my gosh.
Because I mean, back then I didn't read a TV guide. I just
guess
turned it
you're
on.
right.
Oh,
No,
that's true.
You didn't
You
have
don't see
an
the
info.
label.
You didn't have
I
an
know
info.
TV
Right.
Guide had that.
I didn't have TV guide.
But I mean, on the guide on Comcast, if you hit guide, it would tell you which
Nobody
Friends
looks
episode.
I didn't
it
have
was.
cable. Remember,
Well,
I
I
was
was-
antenna boy.
I was
I go up,
too
up there with a
TVG.
cow and
one with all the
my sheep
Yeah.
and
You're on
cow.
top of
you know?
the television set?
Yeah.
The one with the chick and the duck. It's just a lot. It's a lot. Anyway, God rest your soul, Matthew Perry. Let's see if we get more details throughout the day what happened. Coming up next.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's the Rula and Ryan Show on KRBE with what's going down in H-Town.
It is brought to you by Duncan. Okay, so the big news on the Southwest Freeway. This is awesome. All the southbound main lanes of the West Loop have reopened. And the southbound
Finally?
exit to Chimney Rock is also reopened.
Now I go see Kevin now. Easy.
I know. Well, now that you've moved from that area, they finished the highway.
I know.
That went straight to your house.
A year and a half, they didn't give a
Yeah,
crap.
you lived there through all the construction and you moved away right when it
You
happened.
went
was
there
like-
to reap the benefits.
It
Nothing.
was so perfect for you, that one little bridge
Yeah.
there, and then you got it cut away from your life.
Figures.
Cut away from your
Now
life.
I will use it.
Okay, HISD has lost twice the amount of teachers this year since the state took over. Last year, HISD lost 68 teachers in the first 5 weeks of school. This year, that number has more than doubled to 137. So more and more teachers leaving HISD. Texans fell to Carolina 15-13.
That's 2 games this year they lost at the last second of field goals. Atlanta and Carolina. Carolina was 0-6. It's like, dang it. It was the battle of the number 1, number 2 quarterbacks. And they both kind of sucked.
Both kind of sucked.
Oh, because,
played
yeah,
out.
the number 1 pick was for
Yeah.
Carolina.
What's his name? Bryce. I forgot his last name.
We don't need to know his
Howard.
I don't actually have a last
Yeah,
name.
Bryce.
name. Bryce doesn't have one.
If he did
Bryce Tinklebottoms?
that. Hornswoggle.
I like that. That's good.
That should be his nickname. Or last name.
Tinkle bottoms.
I don't really want to say my last name because you're going to laugh. But it's Tinklebottoms.
Okay, so Pride Houston 365 has filed a trademark infringement lawsuit against New Faces of Pride Houston over the similarity of their names. The dispute filed by Pride Houston cites the similarity of their names and logos of the two organizations. And that similarity has confused vendors, volunteers, and attendees as the two organizations plan their June 2024 Pride celebration.
There's going to be 2. There's going to be 2 prides, just like we have 2 MLK Day. It's gotten so big and out of hand. I guess we need 2. There's always been contention in original Pride, but I'm not quite sure if anyone is allowed to own the name Houston Pride or Pride Houston.
Well,
Maybe Pride Houston, but
Pride Houston
Pride.
365 is the legal name
Maybe
right
the 365 part. maybe.
Right.
now. But they're filing a suit against New Faces of Pride Houston.
Yes.
Does Houston own Space City? I just wondered that.
I feel like
Didn't they have the comic thing that they do? Space City comic thing? or
Yeah.
something?
Space City Comic Con?
I don't know what they called
I
it.
don't know.
But it's
many
a
of
shame, but it is what it is, and it really looks like there's going to be 2 prides this year. So I guess I'll just go to all of them.
You're like, there's more the merrier, I
double
guess.
the fun.
Yeah, there we go. Hey, coming up next, we got Sam's back. If you guys did not hear,
Ew.
What?
Aloha.
what'd you say?
Just shut up.
How'd you say it?
I'm not telling you.
Come on.
What'd you say?
No, I'm not doing
You mixed
it.
what'd you say? Maloha? How are you saying
I
it?
put Maloha and Aloha together.
Oh my God. You were there all week. You didn't pick up the 2 words?
It's very complicated, guys.
I wanna-
I was on Mai Tai.
Yeah, no.
I
Mai
was-
Tais?
Yeah, drinking.
Nice.
They're drinks.
Those are good.
I know they're delicious. Very
Right.
sugary.
It's rum.
That's why I'm bouncing
rum,
off the walls.
Sam.
I'm like, ah!
So
No,
let's-
I'm
let's-
saying the cocktail that's mixed with it is very sugary.
Man, now I'm thirsty.
You guys are weirdos.
I want to talk to you about what happened over that week. Because this is your first big trip with your son.
Yes.
Going
How did
flying that
traveling
far?
8 hours in a plane one way with a almost 8-month-old go? We can get into that next.
I want to hear about that.
Okay, I'll tell you. On the Rula and Ryan show. Guess I'm getting out of this.